Now watch time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art for make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art for make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes, marks once we make knowledge one is when the run and bass drop. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a walk to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and hill. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child, rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path, simple, highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math, a humble beast is still a beast. Now feel the beast wrath, rain fire on them as the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that war them, destroy this de facto government and its quarrels, establish Big Boss house so she may restore him. A great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fake, marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fake, marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. Relax, host, note to self, quit plan, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and spaz. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grist in their cash. Sad shit, watch videos without the subliminals, predictive programming, weirdo, strong menstrual shows, the land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies are fried, liquid chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will they spot to unlock the mind.
Like a Hindu,
stuck with it, off the chart. I continue
a little bit. Gotta head out.
Watching the rest flow like hot fishing, 100% fresh shark.
I gotta do a little something, make sure it fits. Put the other piece in. I gotta head out of town, pick up a car, come back, get 3 of my totes, empty it into one, and then start stacking the truck. But it's gonna start raining. It's raining now in certain places. And I get my travel. I might stay the night there. Well, we'll see. I'll talk to O when I'm on my way. If you don't, I'm not looking. I'm gonna look when I get on the road. If you donate it to assist me, I appreciate it. Really, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, you know, I'm not Umar and all these other idiots. I don't need to become rich.
All praises to the Most High.
I think I'm rich enough.
All praises to the great.
It's some truth. And everything else is broke. You know what I mean?
Always had a father, the author of your flow, the show fire starter, the cause of your glow. But the trail I blazed, I pray you turn from it. The hell I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I pray that you earn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it. You my splitting image, little darker, little taller. I'm a shot caller, though you just a little baller. But chief, I'm still teaching you like you got Jane. My game, reaching you this like me. Lock and chain, like you're speaking true. You ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain from the sound cloud. You sound like me, your crown sprout. But unlike me, son, you haven't turned down out a smoke screen which surrounds you, shrouds your sound. My shout allow your genius to astound the crowd, my beloved. You scintillate profuse, you my beloved. You resent fate, foolish, you my beloved. Do ventilate, truthfully, you my beloved son, and who I'm well pleased. Okay, showing your vision is resplendent, my descendant when filming your intuition extends The lenses felt when your cinematographic flashes of your scripted class get your inner magic. Dramatic action mixed with vivid aspects mastered surpasses the average glass, stretches the facet through the scope of life's Kodak QC classic. The question you have is mathematics, please ask it. Son, Earth's a classroom, so put your hand up. And last boom, you already knew the answer. I pray to God to give me another chance for the love of my life, my wife, just a romance. In the misconception, no time for second guessing. It's guessing you knew who was who through a reflection that she showed you of me many years ago. Special features presentation appears to show you, my beloved. You scintillate profusely, you my beloved. You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. Do ventilate truthfully, you my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. Now Samuel, I am your down for show that the signal is a scramble or be programmable. From a little cub to a lion, not of my bloodline. Don't give a damn, don't love you as if you was mine. I'll be the first. Forgive me for my actions. The Most High sat me down to learn patience through abstinence. Amongst other lessons, perfect my craft and talents. Balance of our legacy in the Black Hawk's talents. Face adversity, overcome all challenges. Generational wealth for the next generation to us. Can't make the same mistakes of past since instead. Let's create an after we've cried, relapses type of atmosphere. Redirect fire, recalibrate the energy to propel us higher and sovereign, opulent, atop to this niches. I look at all three of my sons. On God, I see you, my beloved. You scintillate profuse, you my beloved. You resent fate foolishly, you my beloved. Do ventilate truthfully, you my beloved. Sons in whom I'm well pleased.
That's right. Too much.
The human heart cries out for help. The human soul implores us for deliverance. But we do not hear their cries, for we neither hear nor understand. But the man who hears and understands we call crazy and flee from him. This the call to my ancestors. Rid the land of damn settlers. Turn our signs to hand gestures. Whether we feeling the man's pressure. Some store each clan better. Plant and a devil to stand the weather. It's a must we band together. Put that on Abraham and Esther. From Castilians to conquistadors. Iberians, traitorous Moors. Didn't arrive as friends to us, whether as slavers, invaders, or disguised traders, missionaries, Islamic Christians with dictionaries. No mutual goal to coexist. Those warships in our tributaries. Military tactics to test shores. Foreigners have no respect for. Treaties and oath I expect more from those who want to conquest except war. They didn't bring women during the invasions. The minds were rape, miscegenations, the spread of mis and disinformation, which manufactured the miseducation of the soul. Carter G. Bush, Robert Taylor Holmes, Marcy and Brooklyn, projects and hoods. When we were pushed in Cali to Florida, hardly Cushing. It's like the terrorists, never-ending shipment of American Indians from Belize to the Caribbean. Years I shot this sheriff meeting.
This ain't regular water, either, y'all. I'm gonna show you something. This ain't regular water. I'm gonna show you guys something. I know what I see.
Animals. Truth of the matter, they were cannibals. Practice unclean religious rites. Evidence tangible, check handles. I radiate this beast flammable. Feel free to critique this canonical. If your brain's deeply manical, release or get treated damnable. You speak Hannibal, I talk Black Hawk, fighting the line now. The chief's back with both this big muscle drip up to tussle with Uncle Sam, Big Brother, and his clique. I put that on Abraham and Esther. It's so much we band together. Black and the devil just stand the weather. Sound strong, each clan better. Whether we feeling the man's pressure, turn our signs to hand gestures.
Yo, I got the last two in, so it's ready to be locked to the ground. I mean, it is, but it's not because I got a lot to do. And I got to paint this whole thing with mold killing paint. The whole thing.
I'm in my own zone. Within my own home. I'm in my own throne. My own skin, no clothes. On long going in for the wind, ozone, 10 toes strong, closed doors are opening, siphoning, my own tone, microphoning, my own song, on my own right and my own wrong, my own masters, have my own master, and that to my own loan. I'm in my own zone, within my own home, I'm in my own throne. My own skin, no clone. I'm in my own zone, from the hip to the thigh bone, from the lip to the microphone. I'm like a disciple stone, yet much larger than this fleshly vessel, more like an architectural lecture with its trestle board. Polished and tougher, I embraced the struggle, broke free from the dome. I escaped the bubble. They say trust your signs, but somebody's lying. Trying my patience, I'm aligned with Mother Nature, finds these agents of this dying matrix. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. Since 1970,
this is dark and treated, and it rusts through. It ain't scratched. This is not what y'all think it is coming out that sky.
Christian Academy, just before I went public, still stuck myself
I need bigger ones, but these are
from the infinite. See the sun, I'm equivalent, the eminent instrument of the eminent.
Not what y'all think it is.
Break it down in increments.
And you'll always find out. And you'll always find out after it's done, which is after it's done. And I don't know what else to say or do. But hopefully today I shed a little light on what this term, this word God. I've done it. If you went back and was what, because I don't want to categorize my videos. I could have. I want y'all to watch them all. I want y'all to get stuck. I want you to be caught. If you're entertained now, I want you to really see. There's like 3 people that went back and been watching my videos. They don't even comment no more. They're like, holy shit. I'm advising y'all. Some of them are monetized. I didn't monetize them. I can. You'll see.
They were in cahoots with the Iroquois Confederacy. My destiny, along with the ancient ones, to return for everything they owe. I don't mean government sanctioned funds. I got other artistic notions of mine that's high flown because the land's fly blown. Look for me in a cyclone. Great spirit, quick in my bones. I'm a true and living soul, son of the great matriarch. My heart glistening gold. Everyone wants to walk in the sun with her, but she'll run to the one who will dance in the rain for her until it's done. I'm in my own zone, within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone.
I gotta get it.
On long going in for the wind, ozone, $10 on closed doors, I'm opening.
This one cracked. I don't even know how. I guess the heat.
My own soul,
I don't know. I thought it dropped. I didn't drop.
My own masters, I'm my own master, in debt to my own loan.
I mean, he's
I'm in my own zone,
anyway, you know.
within my own home. I'm in my own throne, my own skin, no clone. I'm in my own zone.
This whole deck was treated with tongue oil.
Look for me in a
3 times.
Microphone, my own song, my own skin, no clone.
And it's growing more.
Be once them foreigners are long gone.
This is not what y'all think it is, y'all. Y'all gonna see. I'm gonna mention it. I know you're having a hard time for the music playing.
And I got so much more to say. I want peace. It seems that war is coming. I want your peace, yet I can't seem to stomach. I want increase, but in this dream things plummet. So I summon from within. Angels and demons like Dan Brown. If you angle it and scheming, stand down. It's a range change, man. Stand down, stretch me, and I stand down. Now they ran the damn town. Can't all hand it out, books, spiritual to literal. But if you question it, they got rid of you. Democrat, Republic, conservative, liberal. Who's ever told you same party you attend is political? It's clear. They rather have you vote the clear way. Controls the confusion, using a cavalier sway. Conspiracy theories get them for fear's sake. Most what they call history is merely hearsay. You offer salat or pray to them we'll pray. Since a lot of y'all woke to let's hope this year make the year for a clear break. Angels language, devil's dialogue, anguish used to keep us languid within the tankage. Aim is to ensure we remain in language, brainless with no heart, cowards framed in anguish. This pain is tameless. I've earned the right to set ablaze the day and burn the night. I'm not an LB or day, nor bright burn, but I burn bright. Yearn to fight the lion, done learn to write. What you feed the mind determines the appetite. Vibrate at my highest interference to the satellite. Like I've been little my whole life. Had to fight, got foreigners and aliens in my battle site. I'm more Anasazi than Nazarite. Most you bloggers are babblers and acolytes. Now they y'all act alike. Society's in an uproar. Our people still bickering amongst each other as if the world isn't listening. Division is the tradition. I'm using supreme mathematics, subtraction and addition. Thing between Ukraine and Russia, some are still enlisted. It's fictitious corporations, armed forces, and its mission. Not problem solving, but multiplying. Issues in a cult-like fashion. People in bulk dying instead of us unifying. You rather talk flick through an iPhone screen. Disrespectful with the comments when I own memes. Mentality, reality, a cry, moan screen, personalities of a Mark 5 drone or clone beam. Wait till y'all out with this next cyclone ring. The Queen Mother's throne king. I'm more enlightened now that I've dropped you. This might shock you, then again it might not. Yet I opt to. You move like how a cop do. I will think outside the box, you to stop you. What's a savage to the sacred? You like average, basic, need more than your talent and apps to combat with this creative. Deflate the hatred. I give love. If it's not reciprocated, no love lost. Straight my natural state is, and I'm not yet in my prime, y'all. This rhyme's called Angel's Language, Devil's Dialogue. You hit a firewall. The final call, it's your time to fall, my vital, blind them all. Let's not I be single with no further ado. I bring to you, live and direct, myself, tired as sun, Kingo, doing my thing too. Show. Just know, I remember everything.
You need to remember everything.
In my music, and in a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So if only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. Time for change, got a bounce up. The oppressor's about to get housed up. I'ma lay him out, execution self. Too late with apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of blame. By God, it's overdoing your time. It's in the end. Locked out, silent without sin. He put me on the better with justice the wind. The oppressor's about to get rolled on. Some presses attached to the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger popping like Hurricane. Backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle. Who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protected service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any kind of skill. No, I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels too late when the caps get bills. Don't believe the TC type. Going hits close to home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When it's on the zone, all red of my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight from above. I've been given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' run them out, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor.
I'm starting to do that old man dancing shit, y'all. Hey, I'm starting to do that old back in the 60s.
No surrender. 3-pound pressure.
Let's go a little gangster with okay, no. I thought it was, wait, hold on. Oh, I'll do this.
No surrender. 3-pound pressure. No weight.
Lift the leg up.
No surrender.
This world is set.
Okay.
And when I say this world, I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in everyday.
It's time.
Every little thing. Such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, did you taught that from school? Everywhere, big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
One of the most magnificent things when you use that Tupac, 3 pounds pressure, flip, you know, all those things, they're very plausible. I don't want to talk war. But what nobody's really paying attention to is the fact that there's this herd mentality. And it's like, you know, Real Egypt, and they cast them into the pigs, Judah, right? And Lazarus, whoever, I forget it was Lazarus, and they run off the cliff. Well, the souls they've cast out of lots into pigs, and they're running off the cliff. I want to show you something before we get started, okay? All right, and I got to put gloves on because there's a lot of things. I'm protected. It's just a lot of things that you just don't play with. I worked with A7 Corsairs. Not just a plane captain. Saw the rate I wanted. But at first I was going to be a storekeeper. That's so logged in. It's an easy job. You don't get out in the field. You don't get to be deployed in combat zones and all that stuff. Young mind, you know. Because that's the reason why I wanted to go to French Royal Legion. I wanted to test myself, my grit, all the fighting and the abuse, the things I got to see. I wanted to be right there. I didn't care who I was going to fight. And we have a lot of mentality like that now. And there was nobody going to grip me and tell me, you do this and we can promise you this. And you can't lie to me. But I ended up, because I caught pneumonia. And so I didn't go knock on either one of two doors. I truly wish I had. I know some Legionnaires, a couple of friends of mine who did their time. And we were supposed to, all three were supposed to go together. They knocked at two different doors. So, but they saw each other, you know, in the jungle training crap, which is crazy. I went to the Navy. My grandpa says, you know, you want to see the world, Jimmy. I see what you read. Charlie Wright, Dynamite Charlie Wright. Joe Louis scared to box him. He was a cop, retired in Newark, also retired with Ford. I said, all right, Pop. It was just me and him in the living room. And I was like, I'm going to the Navy. I was working with Bumblebee, my uncle Reggie Lee. He looks like I forgot to put the post up so you can see me and him. I thought I did. I stood beside him. I looked like something out of the damn caves, and he looks like some little Chinese. Anyway, I worked with him in Metuchen, New Jersey. Young. I was Union, District 65. I was under a Veterans Rights and Employment as long as I made it to boot camp, which Navy boot camp was, any boot camp would have been for me. But I worked in corrosion control as well. We sometimes, like, if you didn't have a rate, I already had a rate, but I wanted to change rate. I didn't want to be a storekeeper. I had worked on an Army base with Navy personnel, worked as store clerks and all that kind of stuff. I had worked there for a while, for a year or so. And it's not what I wanted to do. That was fun with my Army brothers, drinking, the women, oh, beautiful, and had a good time. The biz, you know, we go out there and bivouac and all that. And so when I got there, I did corrosion control, dissimilar metals, blah, blah, blah. Learned about wood, mold, all kind of things, you know. A7, we pretty much kept that together with duct tape and Band-Aids. The A7 Corsair, you can look it up, right? And we would transition the A7 Corsair to F-18 Hornets. We would literally be some of the first squads. I think we were like this. On the East Coast, the second, us, BF-86, BF-82, then Marauders. Yes, Bird, the Marauder, the Eagle. Anyway, what I have been doing is I have been allowing my network of storage to look at things, and based on graphene and other heavy metals in water and what they do to wood and stuff. Now, I'm not sure. I'm still building this. I cannot say for certain. But one thing I am certain of, I'm seeing treated wood grow black mold. So I don't think it's black mold. Tung oil, black mold's not going to grow in it. I mean, one treatment maybe. So, and then with the sun on and everything, it is all the way through. And so I'm seeing that. I can show you the floor and you'll be like, holy shit. But it's not at certain points. There's places that are very clear where the water has hit, right? But then you look on the side of it or what's laying in front and you get stuff like this. That was actually laying on the ground. But look at this now. This side was laying on the ground. This side was laying up. And it's not so much black mold, it is, but it's also greenish gray. So that's why, and I'll show you this one right here. And this is treated. This has been in all the rain. So they have changed what they're pumping out at those 2 points in those clouds and what they're seeding the rain with. This is tongue. This is treated all the way through. So it's not just 4 and 5G that's a weapon, radiation. There's something else permeating, and I've been noticing on my EcoSmart that it's been going up to 66 and 70. Another treated piece of wood. And this is treated a long time ago, like when we first got here. All right, I'm not going to give you, I'm not making up anything. This is wood that was treated that we decided to use because, you know, idiot, coward, you know. So that is what we're dealing with. And yet, out here, there's no mold on this platform. And some of the wood ain't even treated. Both of this is closed in. I need to build this up. I need to close this off today. And I need to build up, get that platform insulated. But I'm going to have to roll out this entire thing with mold killing prime, which is fine. I don't really have the fiat to do it. Hey, Mama. Hi. How are you, Mama? She just came in. She was sitting up on the door edge. Anyway, she had to look. She has my voice, but she had to look. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm not here to have your brains all over the place and all in fear and all that other stuff, so don't do it. All right? Do that. So, I've had people ask me about this term, this word, God. All right? And I've done quite a bit on it, but there's plenty out there. Let's just pull it up. I help you out with the word Christian. It comes from the word Critin, which is you know, if you looked it up where it's from, which means an idiot. All right, so Christians are idiots. And I told y'all that nobody came into this world with this idea of Christianity. What's surprising to me is all these people grabbed into Islam, Christianity, and they think it's passed down. And the way they do it, they say it was prophetic, and it came by a Messiah, or it came from prophets. It's funny how all religions got all these prophets, and they didn't all mitigate. But in Tartary, which we built up, everybody communicated. They want you to believe a certain period, but you now are very aware that 1,000 years has been added on. So the very inclusiveness of the whole ideology, the parameter, do you honestly, I'm going to ask this, let me see if I can answer it properly. Do you honestly, in your faculties, I'm going to use the word believe, means well knowledge. Do you believe that an almighty God would require you to get down on your knees and worship him? That is a control, that is a programming. And do you think that would allow something beautiful to be destroyed to prove something that it was almighty and powerful? I am not dismissing the Most High, but in a collective, we have not allowed the Most High to enumerate and be what it is. A lot of you are so divided, and yet you know, old Egyptians saying, in order to conquer the masses, you know, it don't take a whole army to do it. You know, you got to divide them. And if I had 3 harlots who went out and fucked 3 nations, they could convince them with their sunshine bright pussy that their way is the only way, right? Cotton Club. They got a girl, her pussy's like sunshine. You remember old Della Reese, right? So let's look into something. Now, right now, you see what the world's doing. The enemy is pushing Ethiopia. Their Bible is the oldest, their origin of the Christian ideology. And it's funny because even in there, they question, who is this Jesus? Because it was Yeshua, and it's pronounced a little different. But everybody buys into the narrative. There is something powerful there. And I told y'all here in Americas, we call him Emmanuel. Not the midget from the TV show, and Facts and whatever that, which one of Family Matters. I can't remember which one it was. It's so long ago. But you know what I'm talking about, Emmanuel. Most of our people are named Emmanuel. Wouldn't you want people not to know that truth, to venerate something else? Because how else would you be able to cooperate and show people things that nobody else has seen and get them to come on to the dark side and to perform the dastardly the dastardly repurposing of life and convince them to go against their own folk. You would say that's powerful magic. So what God? Well, it's a God, but it's not what you think it is, because we are still very in this deplorable state of no appreciation. We let everything rule us. Like Umar, what he's done, right? Everybody's like, oh, well, I've seen people say that. I'm like, and yet the enemy in their paradox, they will support themselves support each other no matter how wrong they are. And that's why I have an issue. I'm sitting here and I'm not crying out and begging. I'm saying, hey guys, help me finish this. And y'all are stumping your nose. I know what you're doing because I can feel it. Some of you are going, I got to hold on. I know some of us live beyond our means, right? I actually, when I'm in. So I do not know how to interpret individuals who could sit there and be so and protect the enemy's narrative instead of freeing themselves. And I don't think y'all understand that freeing yourself is knowing that the God you are, you do not walk in. And I'm not defamation of character or anything by saying ye are gods. It's written all over. But you don't move by the idea of what a God is. All right, let me help pause it. I'm going to use me as an example on how we interact. It's just a reality. And I know some of you, it's convenient to sit there. Well, somebody is sending, I ain't sending nothing. I just know this. Even when I created that extra bank account so everybody could donate like $50, $100, and I go out and get the land, I had like several places and say, look, I got land. You can grow all kind of crap. Come on out there. We'll all work together. We'll build our platforms together. We'll get it all done. And everybody, you snub your nose because it's conveniently comfortable to be stuck where you're at. Yet in Millville, in Texas, you saw the floods come in like in 10 minutes over the roofs, like 30 feet, over 30 feet high. And everywhere else that is happening. And we're not even going to talk about the tornadoes and hurricanes. And you still. So it's easier and better to be convenient in their world of destruction. And the notion of all our over 200 cities of ours flooded and destroyed. Well, we'll say over 20. All right. And people murdered in their sleep. They couldn't run away from these waves because they come in fast, 6, 10 feet high. There's no running. So a lot of people, the bones are in the earth. There's nothing written in the open for you, a few things, but they happen and they move on that. And yet you still have a hard time even help me with a little cheap thing like this. I don't expect any of y'all to make it. I'm sorry to say that. But these little tests just show it. I didn't have to build this here. I didn't have to at all. I could have went to my little land, popped up in the back of my truck, and worked on whatever I wanted to. With all my money, not supporting, helping, or assisting all those people who are pragmatic and not helping or assisting themselves, who have this mental capacity that is less than a mite, but a mite does its job mightily. First of all, let's clear up the Ethiopian thing, because we're going to look at a word. First of all, Satan is a title, just like Lucifer, the lower sin area I expressed to you. And they use these things to keep you from getting in touch with yourself. I'm not a whistleblower. I'm not part of some select group. I'm just talking about things that are readily available in the world that most will not look at nor comprehend, because comprehensively you only look at things that you were designed to, that you were conditioned to look at. And that's the education system, the church, and all that. And that negates the level or your small phantom of understanding, not the true depths of your, the facts of it all. So people attempted to tell me something about the Ethiopian Bible. And I asked them, well, first of all, what is a deceiver? They will tell you based on their lies, it's Satan. Well, in one of my videos, I talked about all the different names. I wasn't going to sit there for a week reading all the names. Like, we're reading all the people that were murdered by the Zionists and World Trade Center or whatever. I wasn't doing that. To create a situation to go to war and lose more lives, and then to have soldiers find out and start taking their lives because nobody will listen to them because the VA is not there to help. It's like the FDA. The FDA is supposed to keep poisons and toxins out of your food and this, that, and other, but they're quick because you need to look at who's controlling the FDA. They're quick to push anything through that's going to kill people. Why is the FDA still standing when the COVID was? I have a video and we'll show you when it shows that it was well known what they were doing. Johnson & Johnson, baby oil, petroleum. And we keep leaning on the big military industrial complex. Well, that's just one of it, part of it. No, I'm not here to free anybody. Oh, no. Things have to happen. Everybody plays a part in there because you poor choice making individuals. But I'm aware they make bad choices too. Sometimes they don't know when to leave certain things to home. And right now they're allowing the AI, what they call it, to assimilate and then get that thing of ancient to manipulate and utilize. So however it's working, it doesn't matter to me. Because y'all have all kind of, there's 100 of different things, relation or not in relation. Well, they have their God. And y'all are so conveniently like little mice. You know what happens when a cat comes up to a mice? Well, we're not talking about one of them vagabond, big, husky, look like a cat, rats. Or, there's this chemical thing where they just submit. You think without them knowing about that they can't make you comply and submit? It'll pass by. We'll be all right. It's not going to happen. Oh, you just had to be right behind me, huh? Just flap them wings, baby. It doesn't matter. I woke up this morning, this AM, and I had 3 moths laying on my chest because I slept like this, dead. They literally want to come to me to die. I don't get that. I don't know why. It's all the time. My cricket friends, or that cat, what do they call it? Katydids or whatever. Anyway, they sit there and they just, now it's 3 of them looking at me on my little heater cooler thing. They're just looking at me on my fan. And they all facing me, and I'm like, what's going on here? I didn't have to share that. I thought I would, because as peculiarly weird it may seem, I'm starting to understand it a little bit. Have I accepted that? No. Do I need to accept it? No. It's going to happen either way. I'm aware of that. I'm not to freak you out, but I'm going to give you a name, and I want you to research this name. You ever heard the term or the word or the name Level? L-E-V-E-L. The deceiver. Well, when you look at Belial, and in Islam, Belial, right? To be referring Belial, a figure commonly associated with deception and worthlessness. To my Muslim comrades, you might want to listen. Here's a breakdown of Belial. Origin in the Old Testament. In early usage within the Hebrew Bible, Belial was a term signifying wickedness or worthlessness. It was used to describe various individuals deemed wicked or lawless, such as those who would induce the worship of other gods, or those associated with the sex crime of Gibeon. I'm not saying this is all as it should be, but you really should pay attention. Personification in latter traditions, later Jewish apocalyptic writings, including the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Testaments of the 12 patriarchs, personified Belial as a proper name for Satan and the Antichrist. In these texts, Belial is often depicted as God's opponent, representing the forces of darkness and evil. Well, we all know what love is backwards, right? And we also aware that so-called Satan does everything opposite, right? Y'all remember that cartoon when we were coming up where they had this little critter that would come into the world and he fly, zoom around, doing all mischief. And they had to get the motherfucker Rumpelstiltskin or whatever the fuck, whatever that name was, Mixelblixen, whatever, to say his name backwards in order to get him to leave. Also in certain movies based upon magic, we have to get him to say his name backwards. Boogie boo. Anyway, description. In folklore and mythology and various mythical and folklore traditions, Belial is portrayed as a demon or a fallen angel associated with lies, corruption, and the underworld. Modern popular culture, Belial continues to appear in popular culture, indeed video games, literature, film, especially Japanime, often relating this association with deception, evil, and the forces of darkness. For example, in the video game Sirius Diablo, Belial is known as the Lord of Lies and the Master of Deception. Letty's Deliverer. Okay. Let me make sure I got this. All right, the flies are starting to act retarded, y'all. And the heat's coming up. It's going to rain in about 5 or 6 hours, too. Shit. Now, as far as the word deceiver refers to a person or entity that engages in deception, right? To be giller, cheat, cheater, slicker, and trickster. Label. And we know in law they say libel, right? Whose law? And they have paintings that look like the Grim Reaper, blah, blah, Black Label, the Satanist music thing. But I would ask y'all to research level and see for yourself when you get into Necrons and the Necromaniacs and pewter metal little figurines. People used to like Dungeons and Dragons and paint, and the Rosicrucians and all these Knights Templars, and what did they really follow? I would ask y'all to research it. And we already went over the Christian dynamic. And yet I still have people who I grew up with. Everything is going good. And they still think, you know, praise on, thank you, Jesus. The conditioning is heavy. Is it a form to have us accept, then to have certain one of us to see things and put tricks out there to have us to go against it? It could be a number of things. But I always say that if you're going to look at these things and excuse yourself from the reality that you are a God, well, things come with that. Now, do they have weapons of energy and things that can focus and pinpoint? Absolutely. Based on the metal and the parasites within you that you know nothing about. Like, are you aware that parasites can hide behind some of the metal in your body? Well, wouldn't that be like their little gods to destroy the God? I asked you to look up the God killers. And wouldn't you say the people coming to the shores bringing war, conquistadors or whatever, wouldn't they be like parasites to afflict pain and damage and to steal, rob, and assimilate? Is it possible? What do y'all think? It's very possible. And like I said, they're always going to make bad choices, which I appreciate. Like these screens, that things can be manipulated in the lights of it, all right? I like it. Because it means they're rushing to a point of further no return. And I actually know what I'm talking about. It's not for everybody to know everything. And there's no problem with expressing these things because the coward will always jump out first. They'll run and hit a tree and fall off into a crevice or with no focus and right into the, you know, almost like that one story I read about when Richard Marchenko, the Navy SEAL that stood up, he was big and brolic and he had the M60 light, the Browning machine gun, and they tore his ass up. You know, he forgot his training. Felt invincible. Sometimes they don't know how to stop. So I would ask, stop the term God. I'm not saying stop the belief in something. I don't want you to think I'm a benefactor from saying don't believe in something higher. I am saying that stop looking outside yourselves. God damn, man. Y'all keep looking outside yourselves. You've got to stop looking outside yourselves. I put it on there. I figured you could hear me. The problem is when you look inside yourselves, you look at the you of yesterday. Well, yesterday doesn't exist. You're in today, in the moment. And you're only in the moment right now. No matter what you think, what somebody says or states, even what I state or say. Think. There are going to be those who think they know everything and they can't disperse or speak a certain way. I'm not a great speaker. Not at all. Not in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm obviously not here to stop shit. It's not about can or can't. I'm just not here for that. But balance, I don't know what balance totally is, y'all. I just know it's important. How important? I guess important enough where I bent and said, okay, I talk about some shit I really don't believe in or know. But balance is important. And every time they have these individuals take lives and kill, they really think they're coming back. Based on old doctrines. When the Gulf is empty, the Gulf is empty. Ooh. And all the individuals who have decided to move on the opposite side because they think they're better than you. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see, won't we? Well, it doesn't have to be seen. It's that part's unimportant. You notice how they got to use the sickest, the most mentally incapable but capable to do what they're doing? They are an elitist group. All these so-called presidents of all these lands. 170-something nations, they all signed in it together. So if you think that you're fighting for Zelensky, Putin, and Trump, and this, that, and the other, no. It doesn't matter who dies. I know in their heads, well, we got the job done. We had a mission. We carried it out. The mission, yeah. Fucking idiots. People are so stupid. Man, if it was me and I could, I guess it would be fun. But it's not really fun. They don't want to lose that power they have. Y'all know how institutions are, right? They're very new. You are all institutionalized, whether you like it or not. Some of you do the best you can. And you give whatever you can. And I respect that. But you're not giving enough of self to self. Am I saying do away with the term God? I cannot say nor confirm one way or the other. I can only tell you to stop looking outside yourself. And I know some of you, all you can see when you look at yourselves, you see ugly. I'm here to tell you there's no ugly. Ugly is also a term based on a phenomenon that shouldn't exist. And because of how it's been created and used and abused and bullying and difference, no one moves with indifference. And if they do, it's always in the ladder, the lower of life. All the women think all the men want to sex them. All the men think women want to use them. All the fun is gone. It's taken away, all the beauty. And you've made yourself contrite with these other forms of narratives that further paint an ugly picture. When ugly don't really exist. It's just the poor choices and poor decisions. And the brokenness that comes from the illusions and deceit and deception and lies. And so many people move in those deceits, deceptions, and lies. Off there. You gotta be careful. There's a lot of bot flies out here too, y'all. Shee. They look like big ass horse flies, but horse flies got a little something different to them. But bot flies, they're big, they're nasty. Don't let them get on you. All right. Anywho, I just wanted to come on and throw that around. I'm gonna shut you guys out and I'm gonna sign off because I got a lot of shit to do and the weather and everything. And it's contorting. It's a mangler. Let me shout you guys out. All right. I shout out Deb, Millennial, Mama, Omeg, Tom, what's happening? What's going on? DeAndre. I appreciate those Sharon who come in and speak up, you know, and all the other ones just come and look. Well, that would be nice to hear them say something. What was that? I'm gonna read it right here. Oh, make you driving? I'm just walking in circles looking for my joint I lost. Maybe you smoked it all. That's why you're walking in circles. No, I was playing with your mama. Salutations, everybody. Currently on a roof at the 5-sided building in the District of Columbia. Oh, wow. Don't say no more. Yeah. Been seeing alcohol that lately. A lot of that lately. Wow. Fine. I'm seeing that on pressure treated as well, which has a green hue. Yeah. GMO fungus, spores calamity. They are spraying us with spores. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, what's up, Tony? Grand elevation, brother. The fungus among us. And it has its effect. You know, they want to kill everybody. Like shrooms. If they wanted us gone, we would just simply disappear utterly. All these floods suggest something else. Oh, it's a big game. Oh, it's bigger than you can imagine. Any psychedelics. Number 4, but now in deep meditation I can reach flashbacks is what some people would say. Done psychedelics, so I don't understand. Okay, I have. I do like shrooms. I've done mescaline, acid, I've done all that shit. Shrooms. I mean, I've done Angel PCP. I don't know what the fuck. They snuck that on me. I thought I was Spider-Man and climb walls. I couldn't climb a damn thing either. I could trip with my eyes closed, focusing on nothing. I'll throw myself into sleep paralysis. Awesome. And I can wake people about it. I can wake people up out of sleep paralysis, especially women. No, I was playing. I'm just, comedy, dark comedy, not the best. Anyway, I am sitting amongst this shit, and I probably shouldn't be breathing it in, honestly, because the wind is circling right in here. I've closed the sides off. I got to do the lower part. That part right there, and I got this thing behind me, so I'm literally breathing this shit in. Anywho, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because I can tell and there's something. All right. Even though I'm having my beautiful, zesty lavender lemon tea. So, I hope that y'all got something out of that and you research it. I am not saying it's the end of all ends. I'm not saying it's the answer of all answers. It's far from it. I'm saying together with everybody researching and communicating and commenting even more, somebody could find something. But there's a lot of mold up in here, guys. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because I gotta paint all this. I gotta roll this shit out, and it's gonna rain, so I need to get there, get the tarp, get the paint, get my ass back, go down that shed, get all the shit loaded. It's got to be loaded. Get the shit in the back of the truck and get my ass on the road. And I need to make sure I'm well rested and not this shit. Oh, let me hit this right quick because sometimes I can't see all the chat filter. Excuse me. When I close my eyes, I see colors. Close my eyes, beautiful. I knew what you meant. I know. It's all ganja shit. Not on some ganja shit. Oh, I know that all. He has a local sister. Hell yeah. Acres and Prescott trying together. Yo, if he's that serious, man, but we come down there to work with you and we could do that too, you know? Hell yeah. You know, we wasted money here. I wasted thousands of dollars, y'all. That's why it doesn't matter what he thinks of the attorney. The attorney wants money for what he's doing, and he's working with common law, dealing with civil matter, which is illegal. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm going to sue him. So when he gets the subpoena, when it comes, it might be at the greatest moment of his life. I don't care. You don't do that. And he watches the videos, and I think sometimes he sits there, I'm not watching because I don't want to think nothing. I feel not. Yeah, okay, whatever. He bops his little goofy ass head in with his little Mickey Mouse headphones, watches. They told him about to say nothing, and I'm sure because he probably asked, "Can he do this? Can he do that?" Because he thinks he's real smart, and they don't fucking know. I know enough attorneys, and yeah, they can figure out, but you got to pay for that. I'm gonna hit him so hard, and it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And the problem with our people, they don't know how to fix nothing. They don't know how to stand up. The men don't know how to be men. The women don't know how to be women. You know, sadly, there's no balance. But anyway, I'm going to go and shut it down. I appreciate y'all. We're at 57 minutes. And I will talk to you guys here in a little bit. All right? I knew what you meant. Oh, I put it in the chat. Well, I read it. I know it's for Tom, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to sign off, guys, and I appreciate you guys, all right? Y'all know the Cashapp if you want to help a brother out. Like, but it's all right either way, all right? God damn it. I thought I got all that splinter up. Oh, my goodness. It's still a little piece of my hand. I just felt it. Holy smack. I feel like porcupine, like a cactus or a splinter, what it is. I gotta get the tweezers to pull it up. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off and I'll see you guys later. All right.